On a motorcycle, 5 seconds is the difference between going home or not.
There was one is taking
Speeding into heavy traffic. Oh,
something.
buddy crashed.
After a serious fall.
So if you do want your buddy to go home and he's bleeding, learn to stop major bleeds. Can't play that music because it's probably copyrighted, so he's not doing well. And he's walking, so that's a good thing. But the bike's not doing well. There you go. Side stand down. Oh, there he is. It looks like it's a bloody hand. Why do we have bloody hands? Why do we have blood anywhere? We're not wearing gear. Wear motorcycle gloves. You can buy almost a full set of gear. Oh, I wouldn't do that. You can almost buy a full set of gear for the amount of money you spent on that action camera. All right, here we go. Just chilling. Oh, side of the vehicle, 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 side of the vehicle. What are we doing? Good swerve. Good swerve. Really good swerve. So handled it very well. All right. Oh, slowing it down. Nice hard brakes. We locked it up, so there's no ABS on this Harley. Okay, we can't go anywhere. Slow speed maneuvers. Very nice. Very nice. Practicing smart rider drills. Oh, mercy accelerated. Lost traction. Up and over high side. Practicing the smart rider drills to get into that quick slow speed maneuvers. 24 motorcycle drills. You never have to move the cones once you set them up. You can do all 24 without ever touching the cones again. What do we got here?
It was heavy, and in a situation like this, riders were never truly safe. The driver appeared distracted and abruptly ended the rider's ride.
Abruptly ended the rider day. Okay, here we go. So everyone's gonna lane filter. We're stuck in a weird position. We can't navigate around that, so we're kind of stuck and stopped. We get rear-ended. Overall, crappy situation. I wouldn't want that. Swing arm, bike tire, the rim, damage. You know, real quick, you notice right there how if that vehicle behind us was going any faster, we would have been sandwiched. This is why we're going to take, I mean, that's a terrible situation, got rear-ended, but that is why I don't park behind vehicles. I don't do that. I either lane split or lane filter, or I park off to the sides. And right here, if I'm parked off of this side, I can't escape very easily. It's going to be a difficult escape to go through that. I want to park on the right side, so that is a possibility I could have lane filtered. That's why. It's usually at stoplights and stop signs. All right, nice little easy turn, but we went a little too fast, lost traction, dumped the bike. So practice in the neighborhood first. Learn what your bike can do. So we're gonna pass. Oh, came out of nowhere. Nice swerve, got out of the way, handled it. Oh, speed wobbles, up and over, dumped the bike. He has bloody hands too. Bike is destroyed. Uh-oh. So rescuing other riders is one thing, but you can learn how to rescue other people in a crash so you can be an asset to your community.
Oh, is he okay?
Okay, there's not much you can do in this situation.
Are you okay? Oh.
Old lady and
Did anyone call 911 already?
my wife's calling, but
Very good. That's part of it. Call 911 for the remain calm, ensure your own safety.
We're gonna hurt her. There's a dog in there too.
yeah.
We need 911 right now, but don't flip it because we might make it worse.
Good. So like I said,
Dog is okay.
they were able to pull the dog out before the lady. Okay, she was okay, but she got pulled out and she was on her phone while being put in the back of the ambulance. So that means she's talking, she's alert and oriented.
Hurt her more by flipping it over. The dog is okay.
Good. Somebody is able to take command and say, don't flip the vehicle over.
You think we can? You think you?
Very smart. Try before you pry. Try before you break things. See if you can, see if you can open it. Can't open it.
Can you click that button right there? Possible? Right there? Click it. Just press it.
Very good. That's what I would do.
No, it's an old lady.
None of them opens it.
On the way right now. We got the ambulance.
Hey, buddy. We're gonna get you out. Oh my God, that poor dog is in trouble right now.
So handled it very well. So I'm just going to mention real quick. I'm not going to go over a full accident review on this one. Basically, when I'm coming up to this right here and I recognize that there's a woman inside, there's a dog inside. As sad as it sounds, I'm probably gonna get some hate here. I'm not concerned about the dog. I'm concerned about the human, okay? Dog could probably be fine, but the human, especially if it's an older lady, it could be a quick death when it comes to a few things. So if I notice and I can see through the windshield, I can see everything that she's talking, she's alert, she's fine, I'm not gonna try to get in because now I'm gonna create instability. If I try to get in, it could knock the vehicle over. Now we're all injured. It's a bad day. So I'm not gonna deal with that. Breaking the window can have glass shards, all that kind of stuff, that fine particle glass get into her lungs, have some more issues, okay? So I would try before I pry, like pry the door open, or try before I break a window. So I'm going to try to open doors. I'm going to try to do all that stuff. The only door that he has access to is that back door. He tried it, didn't work. Now, here's the thing. Here's where I'm going to take a different risk. If I notice that she's bleeding out pretty bad, or she's having agonal respirations where she's like, that means she's going to die if nothing happens. Okay, so I might take the risk of climbing up top or breaking the window to get through. And so I can at least do CPR in a very enclosed area. I'm going to try my absolute best. I'm going to do CPR. I'm going to try to stop any major bleeds. That's the only thing that I can do. But I'm only going to take that risk if I see that. I'm not going to take the risk of trying to get her out if she's doing fine. Risk a little, to save a little. Risk a lot to save a lot. Risk nothing to save nothing. So make sure everything's fine, and then just let EMS and firefighters handle this. All right, just cruising when this happens. Okay.
Here, but this could have been a
Open lane, maybe? Open lane pattern, going to come into our lane. That lane is slower than our lane. They might want to go into the faster lane. There it is. There it is. Locating these hazardous situations, very important. Choose to back off and not escalate. Very good. Very good. Yeah, so very good.
That person, they cut me off? Yeah.
That guy, bro.
Yeah.
Glad you're safe. Glad you're safe. I ride a bike, and that pissed me off.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Happens, bro.
But he handled it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Good control of his emotions. I love this. This is what most people need to be doing. Oh my gosh, side of the pedestrians all over the place. People just acting dumb. Get out of the road. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, you don't have to speed up though. Get off the road. Yes, yeah. Everyone just get out of the road. There's traffic. All right, here we go. Oh no, what is... She saw that happening. Good swerve. This is why you don't pass people at intersections. Okay. Open lane pattern, switched over. There it is. Not much you can do in that situation other than roll off and maybe move over a little bit. Now it's just an impatient driver. So when you see like somebody just being impatient, just constantly being impatient, let them be in front. Don't worry about being close to them. Rain riding, nighttime, lots of different road surface type hazards, visibility hazards. What's gonna happen? We don't know. So we're just kind of oh, lost some traction, definitely lost traction, dumped the bike. We're all over the place doing this with the throttle. All right, here we go. Gonzalez Garage. Uh-oh, coppers, panic, oh crap, dump the bike. Now you can't run. So check yourself before you wreck your bike. Exactly. Oh no, what do we got here? Did he die? No, he's moving, that's good. All right, here we go. Oh, dump the clutch. You heard the click? I teach you how to stall and not stall in this book. I actually show you in the book what it looks like to stall so you can get it out of your system. I stall on purpose in this book when it comes to the friction zone and braking chapter so that you understand how to get to friction zone, but if you stall, what do you do? So I show you that. He just stalled. So what do we do in this situation? Let's just go over a little pop quiz right here. Right here, stalled. So dump the clutch. We're in first gear. Let's say we're in first gear, dump the clutch. Oh crap. What do we do now? We pull in the clutch, engine start, and we reset. That's it. It's embarrassing.
We got a whole rear view camera.
I know, bro. It wasn't.
What happened?
It's not like.
Unless you got hit in the back and then stalled, prevent the crash in the back, and then reset your system by friction zone throttle control. That's chapter 2. That's one of the first chapters in the book. Oh, and then he... Wait, what? So, I'm assuming the car hit the motorcyclist behind him and he hit us. It's a chain reaction thing. Either way, the stalling is still... Oh, yeah.
Wait, so what was it?
There's an impact.
Yeah.
Either way, the stalling is still the thing that we can practice and learn from. So lots of great videos in here. So make sure you check out the live stream that we typically do Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Join the Smart Rider crew. Check out the shop. Check out the links in the description if you want anything in terms of a rock form mount or a Cardo Pack Talk, anything and everything. But grab yourself a slice of pizza and ride safe whenever you ride. Okay? Enjoy yourselves.